I was too little to play. But I did play Little League Baseball. I was a horrible hitter.
Oh, really?
But I could field. I played second base. And you can see I work right from my sketch. So I blow the sketch up to the size that I'm going to paint it.
Okay.
I put it on the board that I'm working on.
Are you projecting it, or are you?
No, I transfer it with that transfer paper.
Oh, you do? You just trace over your transfer paper?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I take this, I make a copy, the correct size, and then I just use transfer paper, transfer it on there.
Okay.
Start painting.
Well, it's the time-honored way.
Yeah.
Huh? Now, where do you get the transfer paper? Is that it's like a carbon paper?
Yeah, it's like a carbon paper. I buy it at the art.
For you?
I buy it at the art supply store. But then here's where I start getting into. You know, I do different views. So this is like, you know,
this is a page thing.
Yeah, this is like the title page, I think. Yeah, it stayed pretty much the same.
He's sliding into base.
Yeah, it stayed pretty much the same.
Okay.
And here's where we were doing radios.
Yeah.
I had a close-up of him listening to radio. Then I had this one. Ended up doing that one and just flopping it for my sketch.
Yeah.
So it stayed pretty much the same. I found a better radio that I liked instead of using that radio.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember these old radios that would light up like that, and they would have that kind of that gold-looking light.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when you're as old as me, you remember all that kind of things like that. This is like whether we're talking about his dad working in a steel mill. I put in a steel mill thing.
Yeah.
We didn't use that. Instead, we went with like the steel mill scene where he's working out. You know,
outside.
Just outside after. So when I'm doing sketches, you know, they say, oh, you know, we might need like 30. You know, something like that. We might need 30 illustrations for the book. I might give them like 45.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm doing different views of things.
You'll give them copies of these?
I'll give them these, you know, and then I've got like different views of things like we didn't use either one of those.
Mm-hmm. That gives them plenty to look at and think about, though, doesn't it?
And they can, you know, like put this with text and see if it works. You know,
so you're
like,
composing with the text block in mind?
Yeah,
you're designing the page?
I'm like leaving space for text.
Okay. There's a little drinking.
You know, and then here's like text could be there.
Yeah. What is it you like about drawing on tracing paper? I know you probably did it in the design studios too. There's the book.
I can like draw like something really rough.
Yeah.
And I can put it on another piece of paper and then lay it over this.
Yeah.
And then see how it fits, and if it works good, I can like slide it underneath, erase something, and put that in there. So it's like you can
pull
just
pieces out, try different pieces.
Because I do lots of little tiny pieces of illustrations. You know, they might be like on little tiny squares. You know, where I'll like, well, I don't like the way that this looks. You know, let me try something here without going in and erasing everything I've done.
Yeah.
I can lay it over the top, and if it looks better, then I can go in and erase, slide that underneath, and put something in that makes it work better.
Now, when you're originally drawing this, do you have like reference all around you, scattered every which way, or just a little bit very specific kinds of reference?
Usually, it might just be like a photo of him.
One thing they get you started, and you riff off your own knowledge of anatomy and
and that's one. You know, that's one thing that people that are wanting to be illustrators need to learn. And even, you know, there was one question on there about people that are already illustrators.
Yeah.
You need to learn to draw.
That's the hard part.
It is. I mean, you know, even the people that do stylized things.
Yeah.
And that are good at it.
Yeah.
They can draw. They can draw the regular way. Because if you learn how to draw the regular way so you can break all the rules, to stylize things and make it look good. You know, I'll show you.
How do you recommend people learn how to draw, Terry?
It is just
What are some of the best ways?
practice.
Doing it?
And knowing, you know, like knowing how clothing hangs on a person.
Yep.
You know, knowing anatomy. I mean, I took life drawing in college.
Yeah.
If the people, you know, if the people want to like, if they're just kind of like getting started and they want to, you know, do life drawing, I'm sure they can find classes around
Sure.
where they do life drawing.
You're recommending it?
Oh yeah, because one of the first things you learn in life drawing is when you do those contours.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the contour drawing?
Yeah.
Where
That's a mind bender, isn't it?
It is, where you don't look at your paper, you just look and you draw what you see.
Yeah.
And then when you look down, it's like, sometimes it looks okay, sometimes it's like, what is that?
But you're not supposed to care, are you?
No, you're not, because you're concentrating on a line, you know, and that form, and then also doing like drawing anatomy. You're learning how muscles are. You're learning the shading. So when you paint or when you draw, you can, you know, shade it right where the muscles are.